I'm sorry, I just don't have, I don't even have the money to go and buy a neti pot at Walmart or something like that. But unfortunately, I'm someone that always has nasal, I have to rinse out my nostrils. You know, it's like I'm one of these sickly people. I was born pretty sickly. In fact, I gotta put up one of these days. I was able to get from the archives this baby book, and there's a picture of me when I look like a prune. You know, everyone looks like everyone. You can just tell that kid came out like this. Anyway, so that's one of these people that has to do all that stuff. But you keep yourself optimal and things go well. What I want to talk about was there were some studies done. I don't know if it's the last 10 years or something like that. I got to pull it up. I don't have time to edit in to show I'm a genius and that I'm not talking from out of my ass. That the psychopaths don't have as much of an aversion to the word rape and other words that should make you uncomfortable. But here's what's missing from that research is if you are in this world where words are giving you feelings in your skin and literary people really unfortunately can easily fall into this where words are giving you feelings in your skin and you've got words that are synonymous with whether they're high words or low words, and I mean the spectrum between corporeal, where the word is corporeal. It's just the stuff in. So you got to read this Topicon by Adler, 102 Great Ideas, but they pit against each other. Everything's somewhere between a spectrum on antonym and of something, and it's corporeal, and then the other thing. So they use the word concrete, corporeal, ethereal, and concrete, and the other thing. Abstract, right? But if it, either way, if they're synonymous with the sunrise, the sunset, the feeling of rain hitting your skin, the stuff of Natasha Bedingfield, and you're probably breathing too shallow, breathing too slow, not physically fit enough, might be taking psychiatric drugs, not moving fast enough when you walk in public among other people, walking slower than everybody else. You're probably in what's almost like a Brady rhythm from the the world of biofeedback. Words just shouldn't. You should be able to turn off words creating sensory reactions. You can almost argue that's mental illness. But if you're a voracious reader, of course, that's what keeps you reading. Like Ernest Hemingway's The Sun Also Rises. It's like you're there in Paris in the early 20th century. And that era as a rich expatriate with Lady Brett Ashley, or I don't know, or like I was talking about the Mexican book by Carlos Fuentes, and you're hearing a lot of Spanish around me because I'm coming right up from San Ysidro right now to make curfew at Father Joe's. I wasn't on that side of the border. I don't have the money to be on that side of the border, but I was just sitting in a little coffee shop at the premium outlet trying to get things scheduled and all that. That's what we're going to go to next. Is we're going to have to create a schedule of things to do tomorrow that includes these new job openings that have come up on Indeed that have to do with janitorial, and I got email after email. They look like really good leads, and also there's places where, because I think I'm gonna, if we're gonna put a bet on anything, it's where the work comes from is when you walk right into an office, shake someone's hand, and say, "Do you need a janitor here?" And then from that, we'll get the money to blast a bunch of people's cell phones and blast a bunch of people's emails and have a CRM. Who the hell would pay for a sales for? That man is ugly. That guy, and he's from Hawaii. Anyone that is in Fortune magazine, I've said this before, should be in prison. Look at what's his name, that had that cryptocurrency. His name was Sam Bankman-Fried. But that guy's ugly. I made Hawaii home, and they put him in Fortune magazine. You know what a scam Salesforce is. Just have some developer in India, if you need your front end fixed and the back end has to go with it, well, they'll take care of it. Pay them $100 or something anytime you want some functionality added to your CRM. But that's my position on that. And it's not so much about psychopaths so much as, well, right there, that then all of a sudden, I seem a bit hypnotic when I'm talking about it, but all of that falls away. Oh, there's a psychopath victim, narcissist abuse victim. That's something that was very big in the last 10 years. I think about 10 years ago in pop psychology, people were always talking about the narcissist abuse victim, and then the narcissist, and the psychologist feels bad for the narcissist because there's nothing they can do except restore their ego defenses or whatever, but there's always the victim, and if we move fast enough, that stuff can't touch us.